Harrison here. So I haven't done a video like this before, but I wanted to try one out and I thought I would do it on my top 10 parkour moments of 2023. Now in this, I'm judging these top 10 off not just the difficulty, but how the line felt to me. Were there new tricks in it, or were there new skills in it, albeit whether they were easy or hard, and also how I was feeling at the time mentally. Like, was I feeling good? Was I feeling bad? Was I feeling angry? Was I feeling depressed? Viewer discretion is advised, but I hope you can at least spend the time to have a watch and let me know what you think in the comments below. Alright, let's get into it.
One shot, two shot, three shot, four. All my friends are on the floor. I can't do this anymore. I should have stayed at home. These days don't feel the same. Everyone's on cocaine. I swear I hate this place. I should have stayed at home.
Let's go. You got it, man. Beautiful. You are a beautiful man. Yes. That's alright, you're smashing it out.
No need.
Yes, Harry, let's go.
I would rather be in my bed sleeping than deal with all these people. One shot, two shot, three shot, four. All my friends are on the floor. I can't do this anymore. I should have stayed at home. These days don't feel the same. Everyone's on cocaine. I swear I hate this place. I should have stayed at home. One shot, two shot, three shot,
yes,
four.
Boy.
All my friends are on the floor. I can't do this
That's
anymore.
It. Let's go.
I
Hit it.
have stayed at home. These days don't feel the same. Everyone's on cocaine. I swear I hate this place. I should have stayed at home.
Coming in at number 10, we have a phone shot. I'm sorry about it, but also not sorry.
Yes.
That was the one.
Woo.
I chose this shot because this was just after I started losing weight again. I was feeling way more energetic, and the parkour coaches at the gym I work for, we wanted to go out and just make like an edit for the gym, which we never ended up using because it was outside. Doesn't matter. But I chose this line just because it's different to anything I'd done before, and while the movement was relatively basic, it was the first time putting a raise at the end of a line, which for some reason at that time felt like a really big deal because I just started learning raises. I just took them outside. And right before we filmed this, I fell on my face as well. So this whole line was really good. It was different in terms of the movement I usually do, which made it feel really good at the time. But it's still kind of basic. So that's why it's at number 10. Moving on.
Here comes Harry. And he sticks the landing. Let's go.
Shout out to Danny for filming that. So this line is at number 9 because this is just after I come back from Brisbane for Easter holidays. At the time, I wasn't having the greatest time in Brisbane, so I'd just come back to Sydney and it felt like a breath of fresh air. I felt like I could move again, and I found this spot like as soon as I came back, and I'm like, yes, we're doing this. So I went there, did the line, but I was looking at that Capri for like 40 minutes, like way longer than I should have. This Capri was a bit of a mental battle for me, because while it wasn't a big Capri, it was relatively small. It was just a big drop in the middle, and the walls were kind of high, so when I hit it, 180 back, and hit the front out, it felt really good. So that's why I put this one at number 9. number 8. I like this line because there was a new move in there, the wall flip, but from a higher platform, which I'd never done before. Now, I liked it because it was flowy, it was poppy, and there was a lot of hard stuff in there too, for me. Not for everyone, just for me. So the high wall flip I learned like 2 days ago, and I'm like, I'm gonna put this in a line. That's how things become like solid in my head. So I did it, but when I did it, and I stomped the landing and shot myself straight into that back handspring, and then like almost stumble out of it a bit, straight into that wall flip, and then straight up to the, what was meant to be like a monkey up on the wall, it doesn't look like it, to the gainer. It just felt like a really nice line to me. And that's why I put it number 8. So before we watch number 7, I'm going to quickly go through and explain why I'm here. So this is the skate park up in Cairns. I was there for work doing a Far North Queensland tour. We rocked up here and I was with a different teammate at the time, Sammy, and she is a breath of fresh air. She's awesome. And she was kind enough to come along with me to this and help me do it. Because the first time I went there was in 2016, and a lot of the jumps there I couldn't do in 2016. And now I was there, I want to do something different. So check out what I did. Now, I'm rolling at the beginning and end because it's part of a transition for the monthly compilation I was making at the time, so I needed to roll in and out of everything. But the big dive roll in the middle, that was something I was like, I really want to do that here. Because I had just rocked up, and like I said, in 2016, I couldn't do any of the jumps, but when I just rocked up here, I'm like, I want to do something different than just jump these. Now, I can't flip pre, so I'm like, I'm going to dive roll it. I didn't have a lot of time because it was about to get really dark. It was, as you can see, it's already pretty dark in that shot. But I wanted to come out and just bang something out real quick. So I did one dive roll by itself, as you can see in the phone clip. And then I did the dive roll in a line as part of the POV thing I was making, and it looked dope. And that's why I like it, because I rocked up to this spot I hadn't been to in years, and I'm like, something new, let's go. So that's why this is at number 7, because while it is cool, it's not like massively difficult. Go, I rocked up to Apes Queensland, the reopening, while I was up in Queensland, and I saw those and I did them as like my warm up. But then I want to do the dive conk between it because I'm like, yeah, this seems like a great thing to do, good progress. And I couldn't do it when I first went to Apes in Queensland because I just couldn't commit to it. But the last day I was in Queensland, like right before I had to drive back down to Sydney, I saw that and I'm like, okay, I'm about to run out of time. I need to send it. And I was there, I did the warm up and I'm like, okay, go. I did the plyo, bang, hit the dive conk. And it was good, but the camera guy was a bit behind the pillar, so I had to do it again. So I did it more than once and I'm happy about that. Now for number 5, I know what you're gonna say. Harrison, you could do this at the Apes Queensland opening, but you couldn't do the dive conk. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. So let's have a watch.
Let's go!
So when I rocked up to Apes Queensland, I was so happy to be at this big jam in a gym, a place I hadn't been to in a while. It was just exciting. And I saw Liam Creasy do this, and I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Because I started to train arm jumps in, and I jumped up, and I'm like, ooh, God, it's a bit far. I did it, almost missed on the first one. Like I got my hands there and just fell onto the mat that was below us, thankfully. And went back up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I did it and I made it, and unfortunately the walls hadn't been like varnished properly because it was slippery as hell. It was just a good way to kick off Apes being back, and I was so happy I managed to get that. That's like the biggest thing I've ever done. Well, one of the biggest things. That arm jump was huge. I know the camera clip doesn't do any justice, but let's look at the phone clip. It's pretty big. That mat is 2 meters long. The box next to it's about meter and a half or so. I don't quite know. So it's about 3, nearly 4 meters, I think, that gap. So the fact that I did it standing, I'm like, where did that come from? I think it's about 3.5 meters. I could be wrong, but yeah, like, where did that come from? How did I manage to do that? When have I ever done something that big? So yeah, that's what's at number 5, even though again, it's just a singular move.
Oh, that was way better.
Alright, so number 4. Now the reason this line, again, sorry it's a phone clip, but the reason this line is at number 4 is because to me, it just felt really good. Now I know while I was up in Townsville, I did like several other hard lines while I was there, both of which were harder than this one. But this one just flowed together really well. It was a smooth cap pre, I know it was a small one as well, but it was a smooth cap pre, straight into a larger plyo out, and I stuck that landing, and I didn't like adjust or anything, I just went straight into that backflip, landed up right, you know, it wasn't like a low bent over landing, and it all just flowed together really well, and that made me feel really good about it. And that's why I put this one at number 4. It just, something about it just feels good to me.
Yes, that's the one.
That was the one. Okay, so the reason this is number 3 is because of the context at the time. So this happened in March when I filmed that cork earlier. Again, this is around the time when I wasn't having the best time. My teammate was treating me poorly. I was feeling overworked. And literally, this is filming at sunset because that day I was feeling so overworked, I didn't do anything. I'd laid in bed for most days when I wasn't working because I felt so tired. Road trips, constant shows. I was feeling a bit depressed because of everything that was going on. And I didn't know anyone in my area. There was no one nearby that I could like call up in Brisbane Parkour and be like, guys, I'm not feeling the best. You know, is there something we could all do together? But I found out this park wasn't too far from me. I went to check it out. And while I was there, I had a moment of just mind clear. And I'm like, I'm going to bang out a line here. And the reason I like this line so much is because I did it despite all of that. And it actually is quite smooth. I did the wall flip, stomped it, crescent kick off the wall, straight into the gainer, which I land smack dab in the center of frame. Sun's behind me, makes me look awesome. And yeah, that's why this line's where it is.
Yes. Stick it.
Number 2. Now, as you can tell by everyone's reaction behind me when you hear Jim, Noah, and George cheering for me and be like, yeah, bro. It's because I spent about like 15-20 minutes trying to get this line together. Now, I had attempted it earlier in the year, as you can see here.
Come on, Haz. Yes. No.
And like with that attempt earlier in the year, I couldn't get those things to connect. It was like cap pre, stop, reset, jump for the pre, and I couldn't stick it at the start of the year either. Then I got this attempt, and it was really smooth. It was cap pre straight to that jump, and it's a downwards pre as well, and the gap's not small. So I jump and I stick it, and I'm like, hold it. And I look up, and I'm like, yes, that was it. I looked at it in January. This is at the right before In Motion, so just right at the end of September, 9-month gap. And I came back here and I'm like, I want this. And I went for it and I got it, and that makes me so happy about it. Alright, so we're up to number 1. Now, before I talk about anything, I just want to give a bit of a heads up that this might get a bit deep because of how I was feeling at the time. But let's check out number 1. That felt really good. Again, at the time, that was back towards the start of the year where I was just doing shows like 4 days a week, 2 to 3 shows at every school, and they're all like 2 to 3 hour drives away. That's not anyone's fault, it's just the order these things came in. So it was like long drives, and my teammate, she was again being quite a pain. She wasn't letting me like cool down or stretch. I'm sitting in the car, muscles are cramping up, and I'm like, and again, at this point, I was a bit sleep deprived because I wasn't sleeping great. I was coming home from shows and I was crashing in my bed in these gross clothes I've been wearing all day. And it was just feeling horrible, and I was just angry at the world. So after a show, I dropped her back at her house because I'm driving everyone. And I'm like, I want to look around. I haven't done anything in Brisbane. I've been here for like 2-3 weeks. I look around, and as you can see, I got both my knee braces on because my legs are killing me. But I'm like, I'm gonna do some training for me. I've done everything for everyone else while I've been here. I want something for me. And I saw this little spot, and it's not really a spot, it's just a couple ledges that are all about, you know, your shin height off the ground. But I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And I was training some individual flips, and I was like, I'm gonna put something together. So I did a back flip, then I did the pistol squat back handspring, which I hadn't done outside before either. I'd only done it in the gym. And when sorry I'm ticking a lot, this is like good to get out. First time doing the pistol squat back handspring outside, and it was very straight back. I know it wasn't like the cleanest back handspring because it was, you know, just in here. But I did that, I got back up, I did all the flowy moves, finished with the side flip, and I stomped that side flip too, which I'm quite happy about because I usually land, at that time, the side flips I was doing, I was landing and taking like a step back, and I'm like, whoa, geez, okay. So I did that, I was super happy about it. And then, you can't hear it, but there's a guy in the apartments behind who, after I've turned the camera off, he starts clapping, and I'm like, thanks, man, thanks. And that was like, wasn't an ego boost or anything, just that felt good to get a bit of acknowledgement for all of this. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm sorry if this got a bit boring to you. I just want to try this sort of style of video out because I haven't done anything like this before. I've analyzed my lines and told you about why they felt good, why this happened, why that happened. But it just wanted to give it a shot. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. But if you did like it, like, comment, subscribe. And if you didn't like it, like, comment, subscribe anyway, because it helps me out. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.